Alright, good morning everyone. Hope everyone is having an awesome morning so far. For myself, I have taken two trades so far. Had one trade on ONTX. Yes, I did trade a sub $1 stock. Usually, typically don't trade these ones. Typically like to stay away from them. From mainly stuff like this. I mean, I'll go over it in a few seconds here. And I also did take a trade on BPTH. Did have a loser on BPTH and had one winner on ONTX. Overall, I'm up about 300 on the day. Took about $1,000 loss on BPTH, $1,300 gain on ONTX. I'll be showing you guys, entries and exits, P&Ls if you guys want. After the live stream, I'll post that over in Discord chat. So with that being said, let's dive into it. Let's get into things here. So ONTX, I'm on it right here. So let's go over this stock. So ONTX, why did I like the early long on this one? What was I seeing? And I do apologize if I was calling stuff out late. You guys know these plays move very fast. These are some of the fastest moving plays in the market. I was in this trade for a matter of what was it? I was literally in this trade, guys, for like a minute or two, so it's very quick stuff here. So I do apologize if I wasn't able to alert quickly on this one. But ONTX, we have here a 5 million in float stock, so pretty low float for a sub $1 play. Usually these sub $1 are more in the 10 million and above range. So I did like the lower float here on ONTX. Like how that 20% of the float was short, and it did have a large amount of institutional ownership. You guys know I like above 30% or more, so this one was really nice. The amount of institutions held on ONTX. They did have a news catalyst as well. Was like in the tape at the time. I like the low risk, high reward. Especially getting in right around this 30 cent mark, 38 cent mark, and I was riding up to about 50 cents here. So had a nice little scalp here on ONTX. I don't like holding these sub $1 plays pretty long. I don't have much success. Trading these ones. My statistics on these ones aren't as high. As the $1 to $10 range. That's primarily where I make majority of my money. Typically on these under $1 plays, my win rate's a little bit lower, so that's why I usually like to stay away from these ones. But had a nice scalp on this one, and you can see some really shady stuff right here. I'm not sure what time I dropped it at. I think I would assume it was around this 8:45 mark. They came out with an S1. Came out with an S1. So really sketchy stuff. They throw out a PR and then they file an S1. 20 minutes later. Some really shady stuff here. You guys can see this just came out. November 21st here, right after they dropped the news. So really sketchy stuff right there. A lot of these companies here. Are dilution pigs. A lot of dilution going on. And a lot of these stocks. That's not one of my strong suits. I'm more of a momentum trader. I like to trade technicals and momentum and price action. But it's good to know the basics. In the fundamental side of things. I know the bare basics. I don't I don't know nearly as much as some other traders. Some of these other traders are really good with that stuff. I know Poseidon's really good in chat. I know Tom K is really good with that that stuff as well. So it's good to know the bare basics. So ONTX there. I definitely killed some of the momentum. Dropping that S1 out. So coming into the day now, I'm gonna see how it looks at the open. I want to make sure see how it reacts to that that filing there. See how it reacts to that filing on ONTX. So we'll be waiting for the open on this one. Seeing how the volume looks, how the tape looks, and I can go from there on ONTX. But I do like some of the statistics on it, like the low float, like the IO. I like how it has SSR on as well. So some good statistics behind this one. So I'm gonna give it to the open. But definitely not my primary watch. Not my primary watch on ONTX. So, all right, let's move on. Let's go over BPTH. BPTH did have a loser on this one on BPTH. I still like it. If volume can ever pick back up, I still like BPTH, guys. This is a big time former runner. You guys, everyone should know this one. Ran from $2 to $70. Back in March. One of the craziest rips I've ever seen, in my almost 4 years of trading. So this is, a big time former runner. Ran from $2 to, $70. So, traders know this one. Traders know BBTH is a big time runner. I've gone on one of the craziest rips in the in the tire market in recent memory. So this is one that I'm thinking a lot of traders are gonna have a lot of eyes on this one, especially with this type of price range. Have been very hot lately. You guys know, these $10 plus plays have been extremely hot, especially on the lower float ones. So BPTH is one that I really liked it. Initially, here, I was thinking we would, have this initial, squeeze on up, but just couldn't get, the volume necessary to, get that rip right out of the gates here. So, I was buying here, 1290s was up a good amount. Obviously hindsight is 2020, but looking at it now, I probably should have took there, but I was thinking maybe we push, close to 20. I was looking for maybe that $18, $19, target. Came back down, added a little bit more here. Added as it came down to my average here, and then I cut it. Once it broke 12, I had to cut it. I had to respect my stop loss, and I took a loss there. Took about $1,000 loss there on BPTH. But I'm still keeping it on close watch. Heading into the open, you want to see if volume could possibly pick back up. Maybe get back over this 1250 area. Push some strong volume. I'll definitely consider revisiting it. I'll definitely consider revisiting it. I like the name. This price range hot. It's a lower float stock, big time former runner. So definitely one I want to keep on watching. I want to see if could possibly get some better volume going towards it, and I could look for a possible entry on it. So keeping that one on close watch into the open. All right. So next we have CGIX. CGX was yesterday's runner. CGX was yesterday's runner. Did have a weak close. So when I see this, I see a big overall range in day one. A lot of volume's going to be stuck up here. Following day gap down, so all these longs are going to be stuck up here, now becoming bad color. So we're going to have overhead supply on CGIX. So this is interested. I am interested in possible day two short here on CGIX. So I'll be watching pops, weak volume pops to look to get short on CGIX. I'll be looking towards that that $5 area for a pop. Potentially, want to be risking, maybe this 520, 525 area on CGIX for some more downside there. We could possibly be seeing, sub 3 today. Could be seeing, 370s, possibly even lower today, over on CGIX. So this is going to be on potential short watch this morning for me on CGIX. As long as the volume pops are weak, we get that, that weak volume pop. It's not like we open up, consolidate, then around 10:30 we curl. I've seen that game happen before, and that will, I won't be interested in that. Usually within the first 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes max, like to see that pop. Anything later than that, like 10:30, 10:45, 11 a.m. I'm not going to be interested in looking for a short. All right, so is that it? Oh, I think we had one more. Nice, Dreambox. You're green on BPTH. I'm assuming you took some profits. Smart. Good job, Dreambox. All right, so excuse me, HEPA guys. This is a very tricky name. At least the last run was very tricky. I actually did go back and look at the old live stream I had, because I had this live on tape. So I actually went back and looked to see what it did on that day, because I do remember it a little bit. I remember it was very trappy. Trap longs, then it would I wrote it down. Okay, yeah, so it would trap longs, trap shorts, and then retrap the longs. So it was very tricky here on HEPA. I watched the live stream, that replay from that last run it had on HEPH, and why did I do that? Because a lot of these stocks, they have a lot of similarities. So you guys see, remember SEX guys? I went over that one. That was my short from 2 days ago. I said, guys, the last 13 times this thing gapped up, it faded all 13 times. So history repeats itself in the stock market. It's like it's like genetics. these plays. So a lot of them have similar uh, they go on similar when they go on similar runs, they usually have similar types of ways they run. When they fade, they have similar types of ways they fade. So a lot of plays they repeat. History repeats in the stock market. So I was looking at that last run on HEPA. Like I said, usually traps longs, traps shorts, and retraps longs. So HEPA definitely one you want to be careful on. This one I'll be definitely be letting it play out, giving it, some time to develop, see how the chart sets up on HEPA. Definitely one I want to be sticking to my lines to. Not one I want to get caught up, buying in the noise area. And what I mean by that, so like, say I had a line at, like 410, I don't want to be buying, 430s, I want to be sticking to my lines in this one. So I'm going to be buying as close as I can to my lines on this one, and selling at resistance, not getting overly greedy on HEPA, because like I said, after it traps shorts, it will trap longs right after, and it'll go on these nasty drops. At least that's what it did in the past on HEPA. So I'm gonna be ready for that. So definitely one, if I am trading, be sticking to my lines, and I'm gonna be selling at resistance. Not gonna be getting overly greedy on this type of name. All right, so I think that's gonna be it for this watch list. Let me see if was there anything else I was missing. I'm probably not going to look at it, but just worth mentioning, KZIA went on a really weird rip, yesterday into the close. Look how many times it got halted here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So KZIA, this thing moved on thin air, as I call it. It moved on, basically no volume. What did we do? Did $1 million in volume, and it, went from $3 to 9, so that's ridiculous right there on KZIA. So this is like I said it the other day. This is like a KRTX. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side momentum on this thing. It's not even a play you could size into either. This is a play. If you're looking for a possible short, you got to be sized down because the smallest amount of volume could halt it and shoot it up $2-3. A chat room could easily hit this and it could easily spike it on up or spike it on down. So definitely a name you want to play with caution. Really all I could say on KZIA. Just make sure you're on the right side of things. If you're not, it could end up bad. So just wanted to throw the name out there. You could see it. It didn't even do any volume today so far. It's literally have 0 volume on the day so far. So I don't know. I'm just curious to see what happens on this one. But that's gonna be it for the watch. Just to recap real quick. HEPA, kind of no bias on HEPA. I don't even have shorts to borrow anyway, so I have no shorts available on HEPA. So really no bias on that one. It'd have to set up really well for me to long it. So no bias on that one. BPTH, I would look to long BPTH. If the volume could set up and technicals could set up well, I do like BPTH for a potential long today. CGIX will be looking for shorts to look to short that one into pops, and ONTX after that S1 filed on ONTX. Kind of want to be cautious on that one as well. So let's be keeping on watch. Maybe a no touch for me. So that's it. Just to recap it real quick. Oh, okay. I actually didn't even know that. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so KZIA halted on pending news. All right, thanks, guys. Didn't even know that. All right, let's see. You want the lines on HEPA? Yeah, I'll show you guys my lines on HEPA. Not a problem. Yeah, so I have a 370 line map. Alright, so I'll just pull over my chart. I'll show you guys. Remember, guys, it's going to have some bags, too. It's going to have some bags on HEPA. Just went on a recent run. So it is going to have some bag holder resistance overhead. Just remember that. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to pull over my chart. If you guys hear any background noise, that's my dog drinking some water. All right, so here's my chart here on HEPA. I have a $4 line mapped up. Have a 370 line mapped up. You guys can see how many times I held this 370 mark. See, held here, held there, held here, held there, held there, held there. So 370 is going to be a strong line of support here on HEPA. Below 370 could be a possible backside. That could be a possible backside on HEPA. So you would like to see a 370 mark hold. Could be a potential good area if you get a weak open. That 370 line could be of interest. Overhead, we're gonna have 434. That's pre-market highs. I mapped out $5. $5 a natural resistance line. It's a tough mark. And then I mapped out 561, that high day of the prior run. You can see here. Oh, it is 559. Excuse me. So 559 is that high day from that prior day run. So we could see a lot of profit takers up here, a lot of short sellers, playing that line up there. So these are my lines here on HEPA. No, Eli. The bag holder resistance is just, uh, you know, a lot of longs who, are stuck here from this recent run. Longs are stubborn, so you're gonna have a lot of people who were buying up this run, thinking it was gonna go 10 plus. So you're gonna have a lot of people still holding positions, hoping HEPA gets some sort of pop to sell into. Cause think about it, if you're in, if you've been stuck in this thing for over a month, let's say you're in at $5. It's been fading ever since, and now this morning you wake up, you're like, holy crap, HEPA is up 80%. I'm gonna look to get out for a lesser loss. You know what I mean? So think about it. You have thousands of people who are in this thing, saying, hey, I'm gonna look to take profits. Excuse me, not take profits. I'm gonna look to lesser my loss and get out here. So that's what I mean by overhead bag holder resistance. So you have all this volume from this day stuck, up here. That's why I like playing stocks that maybe didn't go on a recent run, or that just haven't gone on a recent run in a long time. I don't know. For example, what's a play that hasn't gone on a run? I don't know, like GLBS. So let's say GLBS was gapped up on really good news. I don't know. They had really good news, and it hasn't ran in a long time. Last time it ran was beginning of the year, so you had ample time to I'm sure there's not as many bag holders. That was almost a year ago. I'm sure most of them are out of the play, so you're not going to have as much overhead. Just wanted to throw that example out there. But, all right, guys, we're about to open here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let me throw up the new scanners. Velocity streaming. All right, so right out of the gates here, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to put BPTH and HEPA on the top level 2, and the bottom I'm going to put BPTH on the bottom, HEPA on the top, and I'm going to be watching CGIX too pretty closely out of the gates because that one's on potential short watch. But all right, guys, let's all have a great trading day. Make sure you guys are sticking to your setups, being smart, being safe, being patient, and let's do it. All right. So we got 4 stocks on watch. Let's see how they play out of the gates here. So it seems right now HEPA has most of the eyes on it. This is where the crowd is this morning. So it looks like most of the eyes are on HEPA. All right, let's see. Market is open. We are open here. All right, so BPTH, a little bit of a pop here out of the gate, just keeping it on watch. Also watching CGIX for potential pop to get short into. HEPA wash right out of the gate. So let's see. We have $4 as a line here, and then we do have 370 as a line. ONTX over 50 cents. That was that sub $1 play. Remember, HEPA was really, really trappy last time it ran. A lot of soaking here on the bids. I remember a lot of soaking here on the bids on HEPA that last run. It was a good one for scalps. If you were just sticking to your lines, like I just rewatched the tape on it. It was really good. If you stuck to your lines on it, you bought at resistance. Bought at support, sold at resistance. It was nice for some quick scalps. So we'll see if we see that same type of soaking action. Last time it for like 15-20 minutes right out of the open, it just was in a tight channel between I think it was like $3 and $3.50. But anyways, let's just see if we can hold this $4 line. The next line below is that 370 mark. 370 is that next line. Let me draw it on this chart here for you guys. So 370, that next line, and we have $4. All right, so let's see. ONTX rejected 50 cents, now back at 39 cents. So ONTX giving back its gains right there. You can see, we came out with that, that S1 definitely killed a lot of the momentum. CGIX so far, no pop yet to get short into on CGIX. And a lot of time we see that. These day two plays, sometimes, we don't get that pop. And, it's just one of those trades that, you're going to miss. You're going to miss unless you guys are more aggressive and, you're willing to, take a few paper cuts. Some traders like to do that. They'll get in, be more aggressive, take a quick paper cut, and then, reattack if it comes on up. So it really depends on you. It really depends on you if that's something that you like to do or not. Here's FUV. This thing got pumped pretty hard yesterday. Came right back down. It was a chat room pump gone wrong. All right, HEPA coming right down to our 370 line. Could be a possible area. If you guys do like HEPA, could be a possible area, risking that 370 line. You see how many times we held in the pre-market there at 370. Obviously, you guys take your own setups. WAF Wafu. Let me call it Wafu. That's going to be one of those names that, pisses me off. All right, Wafu here. Is it we halted here on Wafu? Let me put it on the bottom. Yeah, it looks like we are halted here, guys. WAFU. Wafu here, halted. Preston Waffle halted. Look at that, guys. HEPA right off that 370 line. Right back at $4. Yeah, stock block. This could easily be a chat room pump on Wafu. When you guys see it getting halted, on 52, what is this, 52,000 shares? Let me see. One person could literally buy that. One person could literally buy that. 50,000 shares. Halted there. So, on these plays, I tell you guys, on these plays, definitely, wait for it. Wait for it. See how it opens up. Give it some time. Let the chart develop. You know, if it's strong, it'll prove to you it's strong. If it's not, it'll prove to you it's weak. You know, so you don't get caught in the chat pump here. You know, because once the guru sells, the furu sells, whatever you want to call them, you know, it's gonna come crashing down hard. You guys remember FUV yesterday, so let's see. Let's see, Lavinia, can you uncheck HEPA? I'm not sure you mean Lavinia. Do you mean, I'm not sure you mean by uncheck it? Russell, you're short HEPA 410. All right. Yeah, be careful on this name, Russell. Be careful on this one. Let's see. We rotated to float. Yep, we are in float rotation. I'm doing some pretty good bars. I mean, a lot of selling, but doing some pretty high volume too for a, a $3 name. You know, definitely, like I said before this day started, one to play your lines. Already looking kind of similar to what we saw that last run. Went consolidated for like 15 minutes, then it squeezed on up. Nice, Russell covered up. 522, awesome, very nice. So let's see if it soaks here on this dip. Right here, it's coming on down. Let's see, watching here on this dip. Oh man, I didn't even realize the mic. Thank you, Preston. I didn't even see the mic was muted, guys. I did take some HEPA there, guys. I was on the mic right there. I was like calling out the whole trade, and no one was saying anything. I was saying I picked up some here in 370s. On this tip right off the line, looking for a quick scalp. Risking 10 cents off 370 for a look to sell. Right around 4. So coming up right to 4 here. I do apologize. No one said anything though. I didn't know the mic was muted. So I did take that HEPA trade, guys, of a 370, 379 average here. I was risking 9 cents to look to sell right back here around 4. So I did take some right here, guys. Did take some profits right here on HEPA right as we came up to that $4 line. So I did sell some there on HEPA. So look at that right there. All right, boom. Yeah, I'm gonna break even on the rest though. So quick little scalp right there, guys, on HEPA. Was playing that 370 line. So I was playing that 370 line. Had 4,000 shares at 379. Sold some right there at that 395 area, and the rest I just broke even on it. Just broke even right on the rest. Yeah. Oh man, I was kind of pissed. I was muted. Kind of pissed. I was muted right there. Like I said, guys, HEPA, just one you want to play off your lines. I called this coming into the day. Just stick to your lines here. So, good one to buy at support and sell at resistance. Just a nice little scalping play here on HEPA. Not one to get overly greedy on it. Alright, so let's see. Quick little pay right there for me on HEPA. Nice first name. Yeah, just scalp HEPA 100%. That was the game plan on it. Just stick to your lines, sell at resistance, buy at support. Let's see. Waffle here still halted. Did this thing unhold? Did it re-halt and did it unhalt and re-halt? Let's see. No, it's still been halted here. So I guess the 10-minute halt. 10-minute halt here. What time did we get halted? I guess it didn't say. Didn't say what time we got halted. Lines on BPTH. It's not really in play right now, BPTH. Not really in play at the moment. So right here, guys, coming up to 4. If you guys got in there on that dip, you guys got in there, that 375 dip, not bad. It's a quick little 25-cent scalp. Because you're only risking 10 cents, so you've captured your 2-to-1 on this trade. I captured my 2-to-1. Yeah, I was only able to sell half for profit. I was leaving the rest in case we did break 4. But I still made some nice little profit there on HEPA off 2,000 shares. Thank you, House of Stocks. Pause at 9:34, so we should open up very soon here on Wafu. CGIX, thank you, Chuck. Thank you. CGIX popping. There we go. There's a $4 break. There's a $4 break right there on HEPA. Looking pretty similar to the day it ran. Looking pretty similar to the day it ran on HEPA right here. So let's see, guys. So you see what we did, guys. I pretty much called this out. We trapped longs. Let's see if we're going to trap the shorts here again. And then we'll see if we get that def candle and we trap longs again. So it's just predictable stuff here, guys. I'm not a freaking, I'm not some type of, psychic mind reader. I could know, what HEPA is doing. And you can see right here, guys. There we go. Trap longs. It's so predictable, guys. All I did was just go back and look what it did on its last run. So, I mean, just looking at, past history and, looking at, coming into today with, that same uh, mindset of, all right, it did this last time. Let's see if it does this today. Uh, yeah, I mean, Gary, I mean, I went over this. It's not surprising at all. Not surprising at all. On each EPA, that's like I said. This is one you want to take your profits on. One you want to take your profits on. Is this thing gonna open? This is longer than a 10-minute hold now on Wafu here. Let me see. Is this longer than 10 minutes? 9:34 got halted. Yeah, still not open. So I definitely puts a little fear. Definitely puts a little bit of fear in. Still still not open. Yeah, Ricky, either stay away from it, guys, or like I said, just buy its support. Just buy its support, sell it resistance. That's it. Or short it resistance, cover at support. All right, it is an LUDP, but it's still halted. I haven't seen. I mean, I have seen them in the past. Sometimes, we'll see more than a 10-minute halt. That gets very scary. Yeah, I agree. House of Stocks definitely not, a good one to. Definitely not a good one for beginners, and probably not a good one for a small account either. A little bit of a disappointing on BBTH. A little bit of disappointing here. We've been seeing this type of range stock really hot. Just BBTH, just not feeling it today. On BBTH, just not feeling it. Nice, Dano. Made 25% this morning on ONTX off the call out. Awesome job, man. Awesome job. All right, so still waiting on this Wafu to unhalt here. Uh, Been halted for almost 15 minutes now. Definitely interested to see what happens here on the unhalt. Is anyone just scalping HEPA over and over again here? Yeah, every time it comes down to 370s, it just soaks right back up, stuffs. Wonder if come to scalping this one. Alex Freeman asks a good question. How do you rewatch the tape? Uh, Actually, there's a YouTube channel that actually has all the tapes recorded. I posted it in the educational room. So, if you go back and look, maybe like 2 weeks back in the educational tab, you should be able to find that, the link to the YouTube channel. So you could just look in there. Or you could just watch my live stream. I'm pretty sure I had the entire tape. Pretty sure I had the entire tape on HEPA. So you can either watch mine or you can watch that other YouTube channel. Nice. Young Gersh made profit all 5 times. Yeah. Scalped it 5 times. Yeah, this is a great one to scalp. Great one to scalp if you're just sticking to your lines. I'm not, I'm not like a big scalper. I mean, I'll scalp here and there. But definitely, if you guys are If you guys scalping is your thing, this is definitely one that's going to bounce off your lines. I do remember. Yep, yo Gary. Yep, it did one time. So it's pretty much doing the same thing it did last time. It consolidated for about like 15, 20 minutes, and then one of these rips, broke out and it went pretty parabolic, like a 70, 80 cent rip. So let's see if we get it here on a HEPA. See if one of these rips are going to be the one that does goes 40, 50, 60 cents. But definitely make sure you're still taking, because in the end it'll probably have one of those death candles. Let's see, is it gonna put in a higher low here? See if it puts in a higher low right here. So watch HEPA, guys, coming up right here. Watch it right now. Let's see. Watch it here, guys. HEPA. Let's see. A lot. Once again, getting over 4. Definitely not one. If you're buying the breakouts on HEPA, you're getting smoked. You're getting smoked here if you're buying the breakouts on this one. Coming back down, 70s. Once again. 70s held again. Damn, I want to see what this opens on Wafu. I want to see what this opens here. You think it opens in the 4s? Alright. See. Yeah. I actually remember a few of these. I've been in them. Been in a few of these halts that are longer than 10 minutes. Uh, I can't remember the name. It was a long time ago, but I have been in some of these volatility halts that have been longer than 10 minutes, and they were crazy in the past. Actually, all of them opened actually a lot higher, but then they just gave back everything. They gave back everything. All right, watch. Let's see HEPA here. Let's see if we get over 4. See if we can get over 4 here. Interesting here on HEPA. Here on HEPA. Looks like really similar to the last type of action it did last time. So I may look for a scalp on HEPA again coming up. May look for another scalp here on HEPA. Looks like 4 starting to base a little bit here on HEPA. Starting to, accumulate here and build on up. Let's see if 4 starts the base now. See a bidder there at 4. Looks like 4 is starting the base here. We could see this pop go a little bit higher here on HEPA if the bid zone pull here. If we don't get a rug pull shortly here, we could see HEPA going a little bit bigger of a pop here. But just remember, take your profits on this one. Not one that's going to hold its gains. We could see maybe a little bit of a squeeze here. Maybe 440s here on HEPA. Could see us get over the highs. But HEPA want to give back its gains. So yeah, basing over 4 now. Basing over 4 has yet to give back. Has yet to give back here on HEPA. All right, let's see. Let's see. So let's see. Watch for volume to come on in here in HEPA. Wafu's still halted, man. Still halted. Thank you, Clint. Appreciate it. So here we go, HEPA, guys. Here we go. It's 420s. 420s. 420s here on HEPA. Oh, I forgot about CGIX. Forgot about that one on CGIX. Came close to the $5 line, 475. Good job if anyone caught that one on CGIX. I wasn't too focused on it, to be honest, guys. But good one if anyone caught, that 470 short up there. I've just been watching HEPA here. Here we go. Here's 440s, guys. So I did call this out here, 440s here on HEPA. So good job if anyone, was scalping it. Maybe held for a little bit of a bigger run here. Well, make sure you guys are taking your profits, guys. This one, like I said, likes to give back. Likes to give back here on HEPA. Yeah, some really good volume. Some really good volume on that push right there on HEPA. Almost won 1 million candle there in the 1 minute. So predictable stuff here on HEPA. Good job if anyone took it. Nice, Chris. HEPA scalp 403 to 425. Nice. Andrew, you caught a 24-cent scalp. Hey, man, that's great, dude. That's good, man. Like I said, good one to scalp. Chris, outstanding analysis on HEPA. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Wow, Robbie, you caught it perfectly, man. 376 to 435. Love it. Enjoy, dude. Enjoy. Wow, you guys are killing it. You guys are killing it. Playing with game at 377 out at 445. Good. Those are great entries. I love seeing you guys get that entry. 376, Robbie playing with gaming 377. Lee got there at 385. That's great, guys. That's great. I love seeing you guys, getting in low. These are good areas to get in. 370, 380s, because you're only risking, 10, 15 cents. Of risk, and look at the upside. And there's their 440s that we were talking about. This is the same exact run it did last time. If you guys go back and look, 10-17, you guys go look at the first 15 minutes of HEPA, almost identical charts. And I did my homework this morning. I rewatched my live stream from that day, and it's the same exact pattern I saw here in HEPA. So good job if anyone caught it. I had a nice little scalp myself. I made about $400 HEPA on a quick little scalp. Yeah, I didn't hold. I didn't hold out the move to this high, but hey, still had a nice scalp on it, and I'm still a nice little green day for me. Up almost 1,000 on the day. Up almost 1,000 on the day. Can't complain. Oh, Waifu's open. Wafu's open. Wafu's open here. Let's see. Let me pull up the chart real quick. Let's turn our attention to Wafu. Yeah, it looks like a chat room pump, guys. Gone wrong here. It's probably going to get halted on the downside now. Let's see. Probably going to get halted on the downside. Let's see here. A really weak volume here on Wafu. Let's see, whoever bought this up is going to have to sell. Whoever bought this up here, what chat room, is probably going to have to sell. And once he does, everyone else will be selling. Let's see. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm assuming it's a chat pump. I mean, that's what would happen here. The guru would have to sell. Have to sell his shares. Once he sells, the rest will follow. Let's see. All right, it's moving up here. Moving up here a little bit on Wafu. Looks like it's re-halted. Alright. Either they re-hit it, the chat, or it could be some real volume. Let's see. Wafu halted here, but definitely sketchy though, guys. It is halted here, but very sketchy. Not something I like to get involved with. I wouldn't recommend anyone buying this. To me, what I call this is a lotto. This is a lotto play on Wafu. Moving on, no volume, light volume. If you guys want to take your flyer at a lotto, and go for it. Go for it. If you want to play lottos, I'm not here to play lottos. You guys want to go gamble, go to the casino. I'm here to trade with Edge. I'm not here to gamble. To me, this is a complete gamble getting in this play on Wafu. It could have easily came back to 2 there, just as easily as it could have gotten halted. I was thinking it was probably going to come down, but hey, it went up. Yeah, guys, play real liquidity, guys. Play real setups. Don't play this garbage. HEPA, nice play this morning. Good scalps. If you guys came into the day with my mentality and what I was telling you guys would have killed it on HEPA. We predicted this stuff. We predicted these nasty candles. We predicted it to be hold support, reject that resistance, and if you're playing that, it was a nice setup. I mean, playing something like this is just a complete gamble, in my opinion. Play real stocks, play real volume. All right, so Wafu entered into a partnership. All right, so it does have a headline. Even if it does have a headline, it's still sketchy. Still sketchy. Super thin. Or PR or not, it's still sketchy, but man, I guess it makes it a little bit more credible. Maybe more people will be willing to play it with, a catalyst. I would say so. I don't know, Dreambox. I've been watching BPTH. I have it in the bottom corner of my level too, but just no volume, just going sideways. I can't touch it. Make sure you guys are taking profits on HEPA, guys. I mean, if you guys are in 370s, 380s, I saw a lot of you guys were. Not a bad idea to take up here because we know what's going to happen in the end. Most likely, we don't know 100%, but going off history, it's going to give back its gains in the end on HEPA. So make sure you guys are being smart, taking your profits. If you're only risking 10, 15 cents, you were well over 4 to 1 on your RR. So not bad idea to lock some up there on HEPA. Yeah, great one, Clint. Yeah, it's like rolling the dice. It really is. It really is. Fantastic, Dreambox. Fantastic. Made 80 cents with 20-cent risk. Perfect. That's how you guys want to trade. That's how you guys want to trade. You don't want to be taking 1-to-1 trades. Anything even less than that is terrible. You guys want to be taking, I would say 3-to-1 or more. 3-to-1 or more. That's how you want to be trading. You want to take, good risk reward setups. And HEPA was without a doubt was a good risk reward setup. Awesome, Arthur. You too made 800 on HEPA in at 375 out of 419. I love it, man. Awesome. Yeah. If you guys don't mind, if you follow me on Twitter, guys, don't mind giving me, a shout out. I'm gonna give me a shout out if you guys, had a good experience with Velocity or anything. If you guys haven't already, shoot me a follow over on Twitter. Shoot me a follow on Twitter. Links down below in the description at NickTrades20. Seeing a lot of you guys kill it this morning. I love it. Love seeing it. Let's see. Phil, you buying HEPA back 420s? Nah, man. Probably not. I mean, that's not, the ideal entry, 420s. To me, this was the buying area. The scaling area was 370s, 380s. This is scale out area, 420s, 430s, 440s. This is a good area to lock in profits from earlier entries. Buying up here is a little bit more on the chasier side. Chris, I don't do Facebook. I just do Instagram and Twitter. Just do Instagram and Twitter. Appreciate that, Arthur. Thanks, man. All right, HEPA coming up here. Retesting 450. Testing this 450 area. Clint, man, thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Nina, you too. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Yep, there's the washout on HEPA, guys, and that's predictable right there. Predictable stuff there. You see it was trapping longs there. Predictable stuff. That dump was very predictable there on HEPA. So coming down right back to our $4 line. So still lines are still intact. You know, $3.70 and $4. Still the lines right here. You can see previous resistance going to act as new support. So let's see if 4 can base. But I hope everyone was taking profits up here. You know, 420s, 430s, 440s. Nice, Russell. Reshort at 428. Yeah, great. You know, good short right there, Russell. Nice. Nice short. You know, risking the highs. You know, knowing the the price action on this play. Let's see, Wafu. That's annoying. You know, these halts, especially 10-minute halts, 10-minute plus halts. Ariel, do I have training videos? I have a few. You know, I don't have as much as I used to. I do have a video on the trading process, and I did put out a recap yesterday. If anyone wants to watch it, I put out a recap yesterday. So yeah, you could look. You could look at the library. But do I watch South Park? Not really, not really. I mean, I've seen a few episodes, but I don't really watch it that much. If anything, I watch more Family Guy. But I don't really watch too much TV, to be honest. I really don't. I watch a lot of sports, football and basketball. Clint, what price ask for after a hole you're in it? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Not too sure what you mean by that. All right, buddy. Yeah, I'll check that out once I get off the stream. Let's see. Oh, we're open here. We're open here on Wafu. Wow, 477. 477. Let's see how high this could go here on Wafu. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing this thing come down. Obviously, unless you guys are in it, I would want to see it go up, but I wouldn't mind seeing this thing have a big time crash. And you guys can see how dangerous this is. This is very dangerous to be in something like this. You could just see how quickly it jumps, spreads. In a matter of seconds, it could be down at $3 and you have no time to get out. I mean, you guys can see. Look at the orders going through. Like, no one's really getting more than like 1,000 shares on this thing. You got to be crazy to buy more than that, unless you're the one pumping it. I mean, when it's when you're gonna unload. Look at that. Clint Lewis sold at 4. All right, awesome job. Russell, I'm done for the day. Up 1,500. Awesome job, dude. You're killing it, Russell. Every day, man. Yeah, I see you killing it every single day. Look at this new high day right there on Wafu. Bike, sorry to hear about that, man. You got trapped in HEPA. Yeah, I mean, Bike, were you buying up here? I mean, I was telling you guys. Someone asked, "Would you buy at 420?" I said no. So yeah, man. You just got to be disciplined, Bike, and don't chase. You learn from every single trade, especially your losses. And you could write in your trading journal if you do one that you chased. You chased. This was the scaling in area. This was scaling out area. Let's see, Wafu. All right, Wafu really moving here, really kicking here on Wafu. Oh man, this reminds me of a recent play we saw it. Anyone remember the ticker? We just saw a recent one like this. One of these ridiculously uh, big spread plays with it's low volume. Forgot the name. Forgot the name. Man, what was it, like it was like MTNB or something? No, I don't remember what it was, but we just saw a recent one like this. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love low floats, but when I see ones when I see ones like this, I just can't trade it. I don't have the balls, and I wouldn't even want to trade it either. But hey, love seeing the action. 300%. Whatever gets this market going makes me happy. All right, Jared. Enjoy the win, but just be careful, dude. Be careful. Same with you too, Clint. I saw you were trading Wafu. Just be careful, but also enjoy the win. Yes, Chuck. I think that was the name. I remember it had an M on it. Good one, Chuck. Let's see. MTP. It does ring a bell. What was it? MTP. Nah, I don't know if it was this. Wait, you're saying back in February? Let's see. What was the volume on this day? Yeah, it could have been. I think it was this one. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was definitely. Definitely looks familiar. MTP. Yeah, may have been it. He kind of similar. Only 4 million. If you're running from $1 to $8 on 4 million in volume, that's a super thin name. You know. They must have offered. They must have offered because and it was moving on some bigger volume days after that. You could see before that it was kind of pretty thin. The average volume. I don't know. That's just how I don't know. I love thinking like that. I just like to think of what was a similar play, and I like to compare similar plays with like similar average volume, similar floats. Just how I think. Bull Rider. Yeah, totally understand, dude. It's good, man. Uh, it is a tricky name, HEPA. It is a tricky name. Uh, it's it's best to sit out. Best to sit out. We came prepared today. At least I did. I came prepared on HEPA, expecting it to be this crazy. So it wasn't unexpected for me, but I could totally understand why you guys sat out of that one. All right, so 380s here on HEPA. Coming back down to that 370 support line. Coming back down to that 370 support line. All right, Gary, you got 400 shares of short of five. All right, good luck. Definitely scary to short that one too, but we'll see. It is coming on down here on Wafu. CGIX turned out to be a nice little fader. CGIX, if anyone caught that one too, that was like a nice little stress-free trade. You got in 470s, 460s, risking five, fading back on down. We'll see if $4 can crack on CGIX. Yeah, bull trader, totally agree, dude. Totally agree. I wasn't too aggressive on it either on HEPA. Uh, like you said, I'd rather wait for a cleaner setup too. Oh, Chuck, you were one of those bag holders. You were one of those bag holders, Chuck. All right, all right. You got out. You got out for 250. All right. Tyson, man, I appreciate that, dude. Means a lot, dude. Bill Ryder, you're also new to the channel. Awesome. Yeah, for any new viewers today, we like I said, we do this every single day, Monday through Friday. I usually throw up the scanners around 8:40, 8:30. I go to around 10:30, 11 a.m. depending on how the market is, and yeah, from here and from time and time again, we do giveaways too. So maybe a giveaway tomorrow. Thinking about it, I haven't done one in a while, and I haven't forgotten about those who I haven't forgot about those who haven't gotten your T-shirt and sweatshirt yet. There was a little bit of a delay with the supplier, so don't worry. You guys should be getting your T-shirts and sweatshirts soon. I think it was two people. I think it was Casper and I think it may have been Jason. So don't worry. You guys should be getting your merchandise soon. Thank you, Devin. Appreciate that, man. Let's see, Happy Trader T-shirts on the way. All right. Happy Trader T-shirts are on the way. If anyone's interested in a Happy Trader T-shirt, Happy is looking to drop his merch very soon. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Let's look at these top gainers and losers. Wafu halted on the downside here. Looking pretty good. Who was it? Someone had a short on this one. Yeah, yep. I think Gary. Gary had a short at 5. Nice. Looking pretty good right now. Halted on the downside. HEPA coming on down. 370 is that support line. So we'll be watching this one throughout the morning. Geez, already 20 million in volume and only an hour in. So doing some really impressive volume there on HEPA. Looks like we may outperform our volume from 10 on 1017. So we'll see. Other than that, let's see SSI light volume. IGC. We are seeing some of these marijuana names start to bottom out a little bit. Come to Life in chat did post 3 days ago that it is a good time to look for possible dead cat bounces on these names, and it looks like Come2 was right. We are seeing some of these marijuana names, ACB, IGC, some of these pot stocks starting to bounce a little bit here. GSX, nice little mover for a mid cap. We have been seeing some good mid cap action. GSX, nice one right here. Oh, Wafu's open here. Let's see. We are open here. Bull Rider Trader. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we could see sub 4 on CGIX. I think we could see sub 4. It's going to be a slow fade. Doesn't have that much volume towards it. So maybe throughout lunch hours later in the day we could see that below 4. Would not be surprised. Let's see. JJ, what's the ticker? ETPA. Let's check it out. ETPA. I'm not seeing anything for ETPA, Lavinia. I'm not sure if you gave me the wrong ticker to look at. Right now we're watching Lavinia. Right now, HEPA is probably your best bet right now. If you're looking at any small caps, HEPA is probably your best bet. And just know, Lavinia, that this is a good one to take profits quickly on, not one to hold for a bigger move. Good one to buy at support, sell at resistance. So don't get too greedy on this one if you are trading it. AVGR here moving on up. Looking to break out over this this top here. Looks like we are just getting over this little flat top here on AVGR. Remember trading this one in the past, AVGR. May have had some reverse splits, looks like it. Oh yes, Lavinia. Yep, HEPA. We're watching. We had some nice scalps on it, Lavinia. I'm not sure if you just started tuning on in right now, but we did have a nice scalp on it earlier. A lot of traders got in 370s, 380s, and we're selling up here. I had a quick scalp on it myself. Got in 379, and was selling here at 395, 396. All right, let's see. It is 10:30 right now. It's 10:30. Let's see. So for right now, if you guys have any questions for me, not a bad time for some questions. Looks like the action's kind of slowing down a bit right now. We'll see if Wafu can get back on up. Like I said, this is a lotto play. Lavinia, be careful on this one too, Lavinia. If Wafu, this is a very risky play, so this is one that you may want to avoid. ATPA. I'll just type it out for you, Lavinia, if you can't see. There you go, HEPA. All right, so 10:30. Let's see. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Don't mind answering some questions right now. Not really looking at anything right now. Just watching HEPA. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get back involved with that one. So it looks like maybe ending my 11th green day in a row, guys. So been in a nice little groove myself. Been in a nice little groove. It may be, Ricky. It may be. Gobi, good question, man. Good question. How do you determine the wrist lines on day two short like CGIX? All right, so we go back and look at the prior day. You could also use the volume profile. So you go to studies, you go to all studies, uh, and you go to volume profile. You can see where the most volume is trapped at. See where the most volume is trapped at. Most of the time, it really depends on how big the gap down is. Most of the time, I like risking off, where we had a lot of volume traded. But in this scenario, I wouldn't really want to wait for a spike that high on up. So I was eyeing the $5 line. Why? Because right here, we had some trouble yesterday morning around $5 is a natural resistance line, natural support line. So in this case, it's going to act as resistance. See here, we bounced off 5, so new support going to act as new resistance. So that's why I had the $5 line in place, risking like kind of over under. So maybe if we got over 5.10, I would still hold on. Ultimately, risking like 5.20s, or if 5 started the base pretty well, I'd probably cut it. So that's where I got the $5 line in mind. So I was saying, watch for pops near 5. I just happened not to be looking at it. I probably would have taken the trade, to be honest, if I was looking at it. So just happened to top out around 475, right near that $5 mark. So I hope that helps. Just a lot of it, Gobi is just looking at prior day resistances, seeing where the gap down's at, and kind of making a little bit of an estimate too. Also, so seeing it at like 4:30 this morning, I'm like, all right, maybe we could see a pop to maybe near that $5 line. So that's where I came up with 5. Let's see, Phil. Our money flow indexes, good indicators for overbought, oversold. Phil, my favorite indicator for overbought, oversold is RSI. So relative strength index. That's a good indicator for determining overbought, oversold. I would say anything above 70 on the RSI is overbought. Anything below 30 on the RSI is oversold. But yeah, volume profile is a good area. I mean, it's a good indicator to see where a lot of volume is trapped in, or a lot of volume is traded in. I mean, you could eyeball it too, but volume profile really gives you a good indication. Yep, yo Sterling, it's E Trade. Let's see, Bull Rider. Do you think XSI XXII will be a slow mover? like a slow grinder. Let me see. Yeah, me, it looks like a dead cat. This looks like more of a dead cat bounce to me. Bull rider. Had a big red day yesterday. Found some support, found the bottom here, and now up here. 38%. Looks like a dead cat bounce. I'm not sure if there's any sort of news on it. If there is, it may help it on XXI. So we'll see. We'll see. It does have a kind of does have that kind of look like it could be, but you have to look in and dive into the news a little bit more, and with that big float may make it a little bit tougher. So you have to see how the chart really plays on out throughout the morning on XXI. But from a look at it, looks like a dead cat just off this red day yesterday on XXI. All right, so Wafu coming on up to 5 here, coming on up to 5. Sterling, you could look into TOS. TOS has some good charting. TOS has some good charting. I know some people use e-signal too, but I think that's pretty expensive. But I heard e-signal is pretty good also. Um, let's see, AJ, how do you determine how much to risk along with your target? I know it depends on the play, but do you have set rules of following when determine it? Yeah, like you said, it really depends on the setup itself. Uh, you know, uh, I have like a max loss, so obviously I wouldn't want to risk near that max loss or anywhere close to it. It really more it's not really about how much I would risk. It's more about the risk reward, rather than the P&L. So I look to take trades that I think have 3-to-1 or higher potential. So for example, like BPTH, uh, I was in at 1290s. So this one I was risking $12, risking about $1,000 to make I was looking at like 17, 18. But you could see I captured at the highs I was up a pretty good amount relative to my risk. So just looking to take trades that I think have 3-to-1 potential or more. I don't really have like a set any. I would say the only set rule I have, is just don't risk too much, I guess. And just sticking to a 3-to-1 or higher risk reward. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna give it 5 more minutes. Probably gonna give it 5 more minutes. Let's see. You guys are saying HEPA coming on down. Yep, HEPA coming on down. We'll see if 370 can hold throughout the morning. So I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. So 5 more minutes for any last questions. Yeah, we'll see, Chris. We'll see if it touches 370 or not. All right, Chuck. So back. So you said you're gonna have a day off. You're gonna have a day off, Chuck. All right, man. I'll see you soon, dude. Thanks for tuning on in every single day. I appreciate it. All right, so Ricky uses TraderView. All right, yeah, I never heard of TraderView. Maybe I'll look into it. Pretty happy with my charting though, but I'll take a look into it. Never heard of it. I haven't heard of. I actually no, I've heard of Transpire before, but I never used it. I saw them advertising on like Twitter, but I never really checked them out. Yeah, first name, me too. Yeah, I took a little loss on BPTH as well, but yeah, HEPA helped me out in ONTX. So, 2 for 3 on the day for myself. Up about 900 on the day. So, uh, another green day for myself. All right, guys. So I'm gonna give it like a few more minutes here. I'm gonna wrap it up. Hope everyone enjoyed the live stream. If you guys did, feel free to drop a thumbs up if you guys want to support this channel, and share the video if you guys had good experience with velocity. You guys enjoy the live streams every day. Share the video. Spread the word. Spread it to the world. Velocity. Let's see. Gobi, could you explain what price action you look for makes you stop in or stay in at a trade? Uh, yeah, it's really only certain times I'll do that. A lot of it's a short, a lot of it's for a short. A lot of times I really like sticking to my risk. I really don't like stopping out. I enter the trade with confidence. I have a plan, and I like sticking to my stop. I don't like getting wicked out because, of a candlestick or something on the tape. But certain trades, mainly shorts, like you said, that short on CGIX. If let's say CGIX, I got short at 470s, and let's say it didn't work out. Ooh, side note, CGIX also coming on down. CGIX coming down to 405 here, so nice off the highs for a short. Let's see if 3 could crack. Damn, I wish I took that one. I wish I was looking at that one on CGIX. But anyways, yeah. So let's say CGX got over 5, right? And the tape, and I was watching the tape, and I saw a lot of orders going through at 5, and the bid started refreshing, so our bidder step on in. It's consolidating above 5 for a few minutes, and I'm like, shit, this thing's strong. It's holding over 5. It's basing. There's refreshing orders. The tape's a lot more active now. I'm gonna cut it here. I think it could go higher. I do it on thinner names too, like CGX. I knew this would have been a thin name. If it got over 5, wouldn't take much for it to go 530s, 540s at all. All right, let's see. I'm gonna take like a few more, and I'm gonna end it here. Nick, what platform do you use to trade in pre-market? I just use the Dash Trader Pro. What is the Dash Trader platform? Let's see. I don't. That doesn't sound right, Chris. TD Ameritrade doesn't allow pre-market trading. Doesn't sound right. I would. I don't think that's right. I think maybe call up and see. If maybe you need to. Some brokers like E-Trade, for example, I have to sign off on some agreements and stuff like that. Uh, and sign up for extended hours. Maybe TD Ameritrade, you gotta sign up for extended hours. Gobi, I'm glad I could help, man. Glad I could help. All right, Trading Penny. See you in Discord, man. All right, so last minute, guys. I'm gonna end it in the next minute here. So last thoughts and questions, and I'm gonna wrap it up here. Pretty solid day, right? It's been a good week, guys. It's been a good week. A lot of good opportunity. A lot of action every single day. Yeah, Drew, yeah. That's like E-Trade. E-Trade, you gotta do that. You gotta like hit, ARCA. You gotta make sure you're trading through ARCA or you can't trade in the pre-market. Yeah, paper trading, you can't trade. You can't paper trade in pre-market for TD. That is correct. But alright, guys, I'm gonna end it here. It is 10:46, coming down to the end of this morning market. Uh, Hope everyone enjoyed the live stream today. Solid day for myself. 2 for 3 on the day for me. Just under 1,000 on the day, and it's gonna be my 11th green day in a row. As long as I don't botching any trades, throughout the remainder of the day, which I won't. I probably won't be looking for any trades unless something really good sets on up. Just be watching HEPA throughout the morning. So HEPA, I actually did just crack that 370 line. So coming on down on HEPA. Hope everyone stays safe throughout the morning. Make sure you guys are being smart throughout lunch hours. Volume and liquidity really dies off lunch hours. So just be smart, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so last day of this trading week, and wow, next week's gonna be Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be a short week next week, guys. So what do we have? Thanksgiving's on a what is it, on a Thursday, I believe. Yeah, so Thanksgiving is next Thursday, and I probably won't be here Friday, so next week's gonna be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So short week coming up next week. So all right. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. I'll see everyone here first thing tomorrow. Peace.